Hello and welcome to episode 23 of Toy Me, Toy You, live and in colour here on YouTube. I am Dave.
I'm Lily, and on tonight's show we are going to be discussing collections. Are we a dying breed? And in particular, we're going to be showing off something we bought our children or a younger member of our family.
Yes, and as well as that, we'll have some recent toy news and our pickups to discuss. So let's get on with it, shall we? Toy Me, Lee.
So you, Dave. Happy Father's Day, everyone.
Here we are. Happy Father's Day, Lee. Everybody else, welcome. Let's introduce our two lovely returning guests for the evening. First of all, the youngster. It is Jinx.
I'm the child. I've been brought on because they needed a child for Father's Day.
Welcome, Lena. Thank you for joining us. And
Thank
also,
you for bringing me back.
famed Donatello hater. It's Andy from Transformers the Show. There he is.
Oh, there he is. The worst one. Anyway, no, he's there.
Rude.
I should be very offended, Dave.
We
You
can-
said
we
you're
can still
introducing
kick
the
you,
young
Andy.
one first.
It's not
I thought
too
it was
late.
going to be me.
Right,
I thought I
right,
was coming
right.
in first. Scandalous.
Right, can we at least do 5 minutes before you two start having a go at each other about the best turtle?
No. No, we can't.
Fair enough.
fine,
Can't
that's
hear
fine.
that.
Oh, the chat's lighting up already. Look at this. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Fine, it's fine. We have 24. 24. Who we got in there? Who we got in the chat tonight? We have got Guzzy. Hello, Guzzy.
Welcome.
We've got Transformers the Show. Literally here, right below me. Someone called Andy.
Don't know who he is.
No, he is. The cosmic toy man himself.
Yes, we're here.
Hello, Baba. Bruce Ford. I'm probably saying that wrong.
Buford T. Justice.
How can you not know Smokey and the Bandit League?
It's not. I don't know Smoking the Bandits. I can't read the word.
Oh dear.
And all the rest.
All
Phil.
the rest.
Phil here for the Transformers
Yes.
content as always. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Yeah. Thank you and welcome to the show. It's always a pleasure to have you on the chat. Are you all right, Dave? You keep disappearing. Hey.
Plagued tonight by gremlins.
Wait. Right, so before we get kicked off, let's play the segment I like to call
What's gonna go wrong on tonight's show?
As usually, just put the answer in the comments, and today's prize will be a peanut, I suppose. You might even get a bag of them. Dave, you're worrying me.
He's not coming back.
Hello. Sorry, I
Hey!
had an invasion. A child.
Oh, kids, eh?
Such are the joys.
It is
Oh.
Father's Day.
Yeah, we won't be able to celebrate today without it, would we? Shall we get on with the news then? Let's.
Yes, let's do
Yes.
it. Let's do
You've really done
that
it now. You've really done it now. You've really, really been and really gone and really done it this time. What have I done now?
What have we done then?
Oh, we've got some news. Right.
Look at that,
Let's
Brandon.
get on with that. Yeah, we've got a bit of branding on the news now. I'm trying, see.
Going up in the world.
We'll start off. This is from the Nacelle Company. They're Biker Mice from Mars figures, Wave 2. These are a 7-inch scale figure line. which are going up for pre-order now at about £35 each. So to start with, this is Charlie. This is one of their human characters, and she looks very generic to me, not very inspiring really. And then we've got this Carbine, so an actual biker mouse. And this is much more up my alley, this sort of thing. The anthropomorphic designs, the bright colours. I do like that one a lot more. Feel free to jump in with any opinions on these guys, and do also let us know in the chat what you think of any of this stuff that's up on the screen.
It looks good. It's not quite. Well, I didn't really watch Biker Mice from Mars. I think at the time I felt like it was a copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so I just kind of rejected it outright. So I can't really pass comment on whether these look exactly like the cartoon does, but I'm guessing they do. Now, are you a fan, Dave?
Again, it's one of those things that passed me by, but I just think they're interesting looking figures.
Oh,
they
definitely.
are kind of in that vein of the Ninja Turtles, Bucky O'Hare, sort of anthropomorphic.
They look a lot like the cartoons of what I remember.
This guy's weird. He's like a gangster, but underneath he's some sort of fish alien or something.
Yeah, he's like the big boss that invaded their planet.
Oh, hello, Pete.
Oh, Peter. Not Peter.
Oh, Pete's in, is he?
Famous runner Pete Willis in the chat, everyone.
Famous runner.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep calling him that forever now.
Run, Pete.
And Grease Pit. Mud-stained, rugged-looking fella.
His chin just looks like a pair of testes.
Now, that's the kind of commentary we want from our guest leader.
Sorry, I apologise.
No, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Andy needs to step his game up.
Yeah, his chin looks like a pair of testes.
I mean, if you want me to, I can, Dave. But you may get cancelled. You may get taken down off YouTube. I'm just warning you now. You might not want to open that box. Oh my word.
And Carbuncle, which is the mad scientist type fella there, and his little friend Fred, who apparently has a removable brain. Because why not?
Freaky looking.
And then we've got these bit of Ninja Turtles action. These are from Joy Toy in that 118 scale, which isn't really 118. But we won't bang on about that. About £30, £38 each for pre-order on these. And we've got Ground Chuck, Dirtbag, and Raza coming up. This is Ground Chuck. It's a Red Bull. Gives you wings.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
You didn't let me down, Dave.
He has got loads and loads of accessories.
He's almost got
Crossbow and a grappling hook. All sorts of stuff. And I do like the Joy's Toys stuff. I've got their April O'Neil, which is a very nice little figure. I feel like maybe a little bit overpriced, but not too much. And they are good quality little figures. So, yeah, I may get some more. He looks cool. And as you can see, as I said, loads and loads of accessories with them. And 2 different stands. One of which is just a little circular stand for standing on his own, and one which attaches to other stands from the wave, so they can make a little diorama set for them, like a little display. And then this is Dirtbag. He's just a teenage dirtbag baby. And
you're knocking him out of the park today, Dave.
he loves the mines. Since he was a young boy, he's yearned for the mines. We're getting some references in here. There we go. Yeah, he looks cool. I like him with his little pickaxe and helmet combo. And a nice backpack. Can't go wrong with a nice backpack. And he
He's
comes
got a
with
wheelbarrow.
which is
There
nice.
you go. So
You don't get enough action figures with wheelbarrows, do you? Really?
It's the future.
It is the future.
I bet Steve
More of
doesn't
that.
come with a wheelbarrow, does he?
No,
with
Steve
Marlon
just
chicken.
comes with diabetes, I think.
Touche.
And then is it Raza or Razor? I don't know how to say this
I
one's
think
name.
they
Really.
pronounce it Razor in
Yeah,
the
it's
film.
Razor, I think.
And yeah, I like this one because it reminds me of the film, and I
Yeah, that
I'm old
is
enough to remember
very-
that film. Yeah,
Back when live action turtles were good.
Yeah, and he's got a nice snarly face on him, sharp teeth and everything.
see, I can
And,
see myself
yeah.
getting that one just because of the kind of movie nostalgia.
And a lovely loincloth, I have to say.
I'm sure they've already done this one, haven't they? What was he called?
Tokka.
Tucker.
Yeah.
Yes, they have done
The
that one.
turtle one, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
snapping turtle.
There we go. Nice loincloth. You know I like a loincloth.
And it doesn't need
And again, a
pants
selection
because he
of
is the
accessories. Is that a
He
kebab?
comes-
He's got a, yeah.
It comes with a
He's
car
got some
door.
food.
It's
He
you
does.
know, who doesn't want a car door?
And
It's like
a
he's
supply
getting
of
that 1
food.
feet from the in-betweeners.
Bye, Stuart. Thanks for joining us.
Hi,
Yeah.
Stuart.
Oh dear.
And this is Medicom, The Return of Superman, Mafex number 232, Superboy, 112 scale, a £95 action figure.
Oof.
And that's about the same
Jeez.
size as a Marvel Legend.
What?
Now
What
they are
makes
supposed
it
to be
worth
very, very
95?
good quality and stuff, but that
I mean,
much.
for £95,
That's
it'd have
it,
to
yeah.
be. Jeez. And I thought Transformers were expensive.
Yeah.
No,
I'm guessing it comes with a
Transformers are
lot of
very, very
accessories.
cheap. Very
Oh,
cheap
yeah, very
Transformers,
cheap.
especially if our wives are watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cheapest toy around.
Yeah.
He just looks like someone that belongs at a pride festival.
Yeah.
30 for what?
It's a nice jacket, but I'm not sure it's worth £95.
I was gonna say,
If the
what other
jacket was
accessories?
life size, it might have been.
A real jacket that you could wear yourself.
Yeah.
That would be worth the money then.
And then we've got this one. And this is from NECA. And this is the Predator Hunting Grounds Ultimate Samurai Predator. Again, 7-inch scale.
That's
And
cool.
about £38, so more reasonably priced here.
I've just watched this week. Watched the. You all right there, Lee?
I'm just giving my Peter Cully impression of Predator.
Oh,
I thought you
right.
were doing the
That's-
grapefruit technique.
I thought he'd thrown up, but yeah, I've just watched Killer of Killers, the animated kind of short film. Well, short film. It's about 45 minutes long, I think, on Disney Plus, which is like a compendium of stories that all tie together about predators. And that's really good. I'd recommend that if people haven't watched that yet. So I've always been a Predator fan since like being a kid, literally being a kid though, because we saw this stuff as kids back then
Oh yeah.
in the late 80s. So this actually looks really cool. I would buy this, but I also know my wife would not want me to buy this because it would be another
Samurai
toy
armor
line to
looks
collect.
really cool. And
It
there
does.
you can see him on mast as well.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you can have the choice, can't you? Because the samurai armor does look wicked.
And he's got a few different weapons as well, and interchangeable hands.
And it doesn't cost £95. So very reasonable.
Bonus.
That is amazing.
And then these are from Four Horsemen Studios Infinite Legions. And then we've got Thanos and Thaden. They always have weird names, these Four Horsemen things. All the Mythic Legions and everything. Again, 7-inch figures. No UK distribution on these, as far as I can tell, but they're available from Four Horsemen's own website at $45 each. for pre-order, which would be about £33, but we all know it would work out more than that if you actually ordered them with shipping and taxes and all that shenanigans. But
Can
they
I ask
are
a question,
interesting.
Dave?
Go on.
Are these from something then, or is this their own characters and figures that they've just designed?
No, the
themselves
Four
from scratch?
Horsemen, they're people who've previously worked on the Marvel
Oh yeah,
Legends
sorry, I know who the
designs, as I
Four Horsemen
understand
are.
it.
I meant these
And,
particular figures.
And these are original designs that they're doing now.
That's what
So,
I
yeah.
thought they were, because I didn't recognize them from anything.
So yeah, they're just like these cool alien troops.
Yeah, the Four Horsemen stuff's really good.
Yeah. These do look very good. And these are the sort of thing you could see people troop building, aren't they?
Mm.
Just kind of generic armored alien in purple. And they've got a few different interchangeable heads, so you can give them that different looks if you do want to buy 3 and display the one with each of the different heads. That's something I could definitely see people going down that route.
And how much are these, Dave?
What did I say? $45.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a straight conversion would be 33, but it's not going to be that. It's going to be more. Yeah, so he's got a weird kind of Krang-like head, the purple one, which I quite like. And then this one in more of a kind of tealy type color. I like the big blaster arm.
Maybe Mega Man.
And again, a few different heads, a few different hands, lots of options. And then McFarlane Toys Elite Edition, Diablo 4 Lilith.
That looks cool.
Yeah.
That looks really cool.
Also known as Maleficent.
She does.
For
It
legal
looks
reasons.
like lots
No.
of kind of textured detail in the wings and everything, and on the horns. Are they horns? I think they're horns.
Yeah.
Yeah, just call them horns.
Yeah.
I'd love it if they could remold, because they're both the same company, because both Diablo and Overwatch are Blizzard, and they both have collab. I would love them to remold that into the Lilith Moira, because I think that would work really well.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't think
No.
any of us did. So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Not
Without
enough.
doubt. I was just going to say
And
that.
the wings come off, so you can display just a wingless lady if you want. Options.
You could always give it to the Red Bull.
Oh, and then look at this absolute loincloth vest. So excited. This is from Marvel Legends. This is going to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, which might make it hard to get, unfortunately. This is Savage Land from their Marvel Snap mobile game, and it's got Shadow on the left, and then Sauron in the middle, and Rogue on the right. And of course, Marvel Legends is 1/12 scale. And so on the news story I read about this, they're reporting it's going to be a $90 set, which I've done a straight conversion, £66, but it's probably going to be a 90 quid set if we can get it anywhere in the UK. It may drop as a Hasbro Pulse exclusive or something like that. We'll have to wait and see. But it looks awesome. So
That figure that you're showing now reminds me so much of the big pterodactyl from the second Scooby-Doo film.
Yeah, that's Sauron. Again, the detail and the wings and everything looks cool. And a big gaping mouth. That's a really nice looking figure. This is a set that I'm sorely I want it. But it would have to be some sort of weird exclusive, wouldn't it? So we'll have to wait and see and hope that I can get this. He looks very cool and monstrous and screams into the sky with his lilac loincloth on display. Lovely stuff. There's Shanna, and she looks cool. She's, I love my Savage He-Man figure from the Masterverse line, and she kind of looks like a female equivalent to that in a sense. Yeah, just really nice, intense stare on the face, nice flowing hair, and she comes with a little dagger and some other weapons that we'll see in a bit. Spear, love a spear. Any figure with a spear is going to be nice. And yeah, lovely loincloth action again there. And then we've got this rogue with a nice green and yellow road colour scheme. That one I'm not sure about the face on. She looks a bit, I don't know, a bit weird and melty faced or something.
Excuse my ignorance, but I'm assuming this is from a specific comic story, is it? Or
Apparently, this is from a mobile game.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
right, a mobile game. I didn't
card
recognize it.
game.
They
Isn't it, or
had,
something?
they had some storyline
Right.
in that game that featured the characters in this way.
Ed made a good point there about the rules of conversion. Generally speaking, if they stick it up for $90 in the US, you can generally expect it to be £90 over here.
Yeah.
Even though obviously that doesn't work
I
in
said-
terms
I
of
said
the
myself,
conversion
yeah.
rates. It's just the best to assume that. Yeah, which is frustrating because it means we know they're getting it a lot cheaper. Thank you, whichever member of the show. I'm assuming Paul is.
For 3 figures, 90 quid. If it does pop up on Hasbro Pulse, I'll probably go for that set.
Did you say they're exclusive to this set as well? You won't be able to get them individually, these ones?
Yeah, they will. They will.
Then in that
Yeah,
case,
I
£90 wouldn't be that bad, would it?
I think Sauron's had some kind of release before
Right.
the other two, Rogue and Shanna. I don't think we've had releases of them. We've had Rogue figures, but not in this form.
Right.
I'd say that. Well, the pterodactyl's a pretty big one, isn't it? So he's definitely worth £30.
Yeah.
Or what marble figures you go for in it.
So I'll be keeping my ear to the ground on that one anyway. Definitely. And then we're going to do some Transformers news. This feels like old news now, but we haven't actually talked about it being a 2-weekly show. Transformers Studio Series 86 leader class, we think. Megatron, which would put it at around £50. Seems to be the going rate for leader class figures.
55 normally, but yeah, it should be around that.
Yeah,
and we don't actually have it confirmed. I think. I don't know. I think we did, didn't we? We've seen the packaging now, so I think this is confirmed as leader class, and I want it.
He looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait. I hate my Siege one. I need this now.
You put this against the Siege one and the previous ones we've had, and it makes it all look terrible, which is it's like figures that you're like, this is a great version, and you look at it, this is crap. Give me
That's what I was like with Air Fries. I got the 86 Octopus, and I was like, I don't want to play with you anymore. Like in Toy Story, I just threw him away.
I don't want to.
See, now I'm obviously the weirdo in the room because I still love my Siege Optimus and my Siege Megatron.
No, I'm sort of with you, Dave. I don't mind the Siege and the Earthrise Optimus.
Oh no, Siege Optimus is great. I just don't like Air Fries Optimus.
No, I meant the Earthrise.
I think there's a place in the collection for both. I think the Siege and the Earthrise Optimuses are more fun to transform and just play with than the Studio Series 86, which looks more like what you would kind of want your cartoon accurate Optimus Prime to look like. But yeah, I still like
the toon accuracy lot is definitely the one, isn't it? The other thing is I think it looks a bit too big, really.
It is big from what
I've got my Siege one on display, obviously with the Starscream, Soundwave, Shockwave, and the other 2 repaints of the Seekers, and they all scale quite nicely together. If I got this, then I'd have to be looking then to replace all the others so that they actually look decent with him, because I think he's just too big.
And that's how Hasbro get you.
Yeah.
That's how
I'm used to the animated scaling, so for me, Megatron should tower over everyone, even like Starscream and the rest. So I'd find, and at least for me, just because I'm used to the big old Megatron and animated, I'm fine with his size.
Yeah. I mean, whatever works for you. If people are happy with that scale, then yeah. But I'm going to stick with the Siege one, I think. And there he is in his classic G1 cartoon inspired tank mode.
You can turn it into a gun, Dave, as you know if you watched the show a couple of weeks ago. He has a gun mode. It's a terrible looking thing.
I think that's a nice looking tank.
It is. It makes
It looks
uh,
amazing.
And he's got a small version of the gun sitting on top of the tank barrel, which is quite nice, which can pop off and be held by Starscream.
Do you not think they would have got away with it a lot better if they would have just had that as Age of the Prime's Megatron? And not tried to pass it off in the studio series.
I think the problem is they people want a studio series one, and you're not going to get a studio. I don't know why people still moan about it, because you're not going to get one from Hasbro that transforms into a gun.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? They want a studio series that transforms into a gun, so they've still not got what they want, have they?
Mm. But you can get the Romulus, the third-party Megatron, which does transform into a gun and does look very good as a Megatron, and scales better with Earthrise and Siege Optimus Prime. So if you're not wanting to pick up the Studio Series 86 one, it's definitely an option for you. But it's more expensive than this Megatron. That's the thing.
But if you display that in bot mode on the shelf, which most people are going to do, that does look pretty much like he's come off the screen.
Exactly. Which is the point.
Yeah. And that's really what Studio Series 86 is about, isn't it? Is giving that representation.
Oh, yeah.
We're never going to get the gun. So it's about, does that bot mode look good on your shelf with your other bots? And it will. If you want something that's accurate to that movie, that's the one.
The head sculpt as well. They never seem to nail the Megatron head sculpt. I don't know why they find it so hard. There's always something slightly off about it, and that one looks pretty much spot on to me, at least. So well done, Hasbro.
Anything's better than the Earthrise head sculpt.
Yeah, that was not a good one.
The thing is, realistically, if you bought all these Studio 86 and Megatron was a gun, and you put them all in up mode on a display, you'd have all these vehicles and a massive gun. So it wouldn't look right anyway.
Supposed to having all the vehicles on a massive radio.
Yeah.
Player.
Yeah,
It makes sense for Decepticons because there's two guns, one cassette player, and then one jet. So scale doesn't really matter to the Decepticons, apparently.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. They're evil.
But people are going to display it in bot mode, so it's fine. And it is a nice looking tank anyway.
I guarantee there will be people who will never even transform this thing. They just won't have any interest in that tank mode. They just want that Megatron robot mode on their shelf.
All right, let's move on. So we're getting a 4-pack in Age of the Prime, which features, first of all, Nemesis Prime. Go on, Lee, you take this one.
You can't go wrong with a Black Prime, can you? Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Beautiful. It's part of a 4-pack. It comes with a bumper, a G1 Ultra Magnus from the limited G1 mold, someone called Horrible. And, of course, the reason everyone's buying the pack, right? Nemesis Prime from Armada, which is actually the first ever Nemesis Prime Armada mold.
No, it's not.
Animated.
It's the
Yes,
second,
it is.
It's the second one because there was one. It's the first one with the name Nemesis, but it's not the first Nemesis Prime from animated.
Oh, it's the first Nemesis Prime, didn't it? Because the first.
All right, technically it's not then, but it is also the first Nemesis
The
from
first
animated.
one was a black Optimus Prime. It had an Autobot logo.
It's not
Nemesis.
We got told off for arguing about turtles, Andy.
I know. I'm just letting you at it. Just enjoying. Who's got popcorn? Anybody?
No one comes after my animated. No one comes after my animated.
Wasn't there?
I'm not coming at the animated. Put him in the show.
Ladies, wasn't there a black animated Optimus Prime that Takara did, but it wasn't supposed to be Nemesis Prime. It was literally just Optimus Prime repainted.
Yeah, it was.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the one I'm
The
talking about.
exact colour scheme,
But it
but
looked-
not called Optimus.
Yeah,
It looked like
it should have been Nemesis Prime,
Prime.
but it wasn't.
I don't know
named
what
after
It wasn't, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So in some ways, you're both right.
But in other ways, I'm wrong and Lee's correct. I will subside to the.
You jumped the gun.
diplomatic, but all right, Lee,
What
Lee,
you
give
did there was jump the tank, didn't you?
Excuse me, I remembered wrong. I'm young, remember? I'm young. I've got to know
You know
nothing.
that? Well, your memory should be better than mine then. You young whippersnapper. You kids today.
Today. What are the
All
like?
right, so that's the Nemesis Prime.
Move on,
Then
Dave.
we got anyone interested in this?
Hey!
It
So,
looks so cool.
literally the reason everybody's buying this pack, apart from Lee. It's horrible. This is literally this 4-pack. I'm going to say it now. This 4-pack is horrible, and 3 others they chucked in with him, so that everybody had to buy that 4-pack to get horrible. And
I will not take any disrespect on Nemesis Prime's name. That is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful figure using a great mold.
It looks lovely, but everybody's buying it for horrible. And it's G1 horrible in a modern style, using Skull Cruncher from Titan's Return. It's a discussion for another time, but I do find it concerning that Hasbro for the Transformers are using a lot of like 10-year-old molds, and aren't just what they normally do, creating new ones. It does make me worry a little bit for the future. You know, what's going to happen down the line when you can't still be going back and using a 15-year-old mold, really. But I'm going to buy this. It looks great. I think the colors are good, and it's horrible, and it's Kreb. And if you're old like me, you remember these guys. So
Can't use an old mold G1 reassure Optimus Prime for the 50th time.
Yeah, but that's different. That is a reissue. This is supposed to be a new figure.
Okay, alrighty. Say it! Just say it!
One of them. I want one of them.
Riddle one's amazing.
Damn
Hey,
you.
Toy You Borders dude.
Hey.
Sorry.
John's in the chat, everyone.
Evening, John.
Just in time, he heard the magic word in the Ultra Magnus.
Oh yeah, he wants to see the white Ultra Magnus.
Oh,
his favourite
okay,
type.
so we'll skim through. Bumper. Anyone?
Yes.
Any takers?
Not particularly bothered for me. I already have a taker for Nemesis Prime from my 4-pack that I pre-order, and somebody taking Bumper as well.
That's good.
Nothing against it. It's just I don't need it, so I'd rather help out another collector than you know. See
I've seen like. I know you say this is the horrible pack, Andy, but I've seen different people having different opinions on which one figure from the pack that they want.
Oh,
And,
I'm sure.
So it's a
People
funny
are
thing,
wrong.
these 4-packs, isn't it? It's basically Hasbro making everybody a reseller. Because you get it, you get the one you want, and then you sell on the others.
Yeah, but we've seen this before. I mean, we had the Fangry 4-pack, didn't we? And that 4-pack was, generally speaking, people wanted Fangry. But that meant that the other figures could then be sold off to other collectors who did want those ones. And we'll see the same thing here. It's frustrating that they do it, but if you think about it, it's quite nice for the community when people are actually helping each other out instead of scalping it and selling at silly prices. You know, if you're going to give it to somebody at a sensible price, then they get what they want, you get what you want, everybody's happy.
Everybody.
There you go,
Everybody's
Borders.
a winner. There you go, John. That's the one you've been waiting for. Ultra Magnus. The white Prime.
It does look nice in white.
Yeah, the blue face as well, the blue face plate. That's cool. I might keep that one.
It's a very good mold.
The
Optimus Prime's excellent.
Everybody says I don't have it, and I've never felt a massive compulsion. I don't know if that's because I've got the missing link, the Sentinel Prime, and I've got obviously I've got about 3 reissue Optimus Primes. So it's
well, how many primes do you need, really?
Well, how many we've got is
that's
more
just
than
a fun. Like that one doesn't even go on my main display. That Optimus Prime, he's just off to one side, and I just pick him up and mess around with him fairly regularly. It's just a fun little toy. Yeah,
that's what you need.
And he goes great with the Earthrise trailer.
He does.
No, just me. No.
He does. No, I've got the Earthrise trailer, so I've popped it on that. I snaffled it from my daughter because she's got the Earthrise Prime, but she doesn't play with the stuff anymore, so I nicked the trailer. Then we got Age of the Primes Wave 3, and we're kicking off with the leader class, Onyx Prime, who we have seen and talked about before, but since it's there, we'll talk about it again. So yeah, £50 to £55 for leaders, I think, depending where you buy it from. I looked on Comics and Cocktails; they're mostly £50 for a leader. So
yeah, Comics and Cocktails are really good in the sense that they'll often discount the figures a little bit as soon as they sell them, which is if you want to get it a bit cheaper. They're a good place to go to. Not that I work for them or anything.
Yeah, so this is an interesting looking figure. Has anyone picking this one up?
I love him. I need him now. Can they hurry up? He looks amazing. I love him. He's so weird. I love how weird the primes are in this wave anyway.
Yeah, this one is really kind of out there design-wise. To the point where, in terms of what I've got on my display, I don't see where I would fit it in.
You
But I
see,
can
he looks
see-
very much. Sorry, Dave, go on.
I could see, if you've got that dragon Megatron that they brought out, I could see you having those two facing off. Really, I think that would work.
Well, he's supposed to be the progenitor of the Beast Wars Transformers, and all the Beast Transformers. At least that's what they wrote him up as in IDW. And this actually looks a lot like the design from IDW. They've done an incredible job of kind of transferring that across into toy form. Yeah, I was kind of on the fence, but the more pictures I see of it, the more I feel I am going to have to get this one. Just because how many Transformers Centaurs are we ever going to get? If no other reason than that, you've got to buy this.
It does look cool,
Oh.
like that, to be fair. And then he's got this other mode, which is like a 6-legged beast of some kind.
Is that mistransformed though? Because I'm sure I've seen photos of that mode where it only had 4 legs instead of 6.
No, Mark has said there's a way to do it both ways.
Right, there you go.
All praise be
Thought it
to
was
Mark.
mad.
I love Mark. He's amazing.
The Church of Mark continues.
And then into the Voyager classes, Alpha Trion. Now this is interesting. He comes with a quill and a little book.
He comes with the Death Note.
With a I wish it was the Death Note. That'd be great. Covenant of Primus, which is less.
Well, if you want to
entertaining
be
than Death
technical,
Note.
Andy. Yes, but it's a little book, basically.
Is the pen mightier than the sword? I guess we'll find out with this one, won't we?
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
There we
am
go.
I the only one who wants a Death Note crossover now?
You're not the only one, Lee. You're not the only one.
You can get it out of this mold.
Right in his grocery list there. You go down his shop.
He's writing his diary.
There you go. He's got his shield
So
and
get-
his quill ready
So
to
okay, I
fight.
went to the park.
He's gonna tickle you to death. That's I'll try on rolls. Get it under the armpits.
He's the Ken Dodd of Transformers. There's a reference for the oldies.
I'm excited to watch this figure now.
I didn't want it before this. Now I feel like I've got to get the Ken Dodd out.
There you go. And that wonderful alt mode, which is, apparently Mark was saying on the stream that this is the official G1 alt mode of Alpha Trion, but then he said that it never appeared on the screen. So I'm not sure where it's come from, some sort of concept art or something.
There'll have been a
Yeah.
there'll have been a design done for it, but they'll have just never used it. Like we've seen with the '86 movie Flora Deary artwork, and obviously some of it was used, and then we've seen bits that weren't used and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean it's a thing. Let's be honest. It's it's a spaceship because they say it's a spaceship.
Yes.
It just could be like a massive purple suppository.
Whatever works for you, Lena. There you go. I'm not going to tell you how to play with your Transformers. And then we've got Flatline, which is a repaint of that
nice.
Armada Red Alert mold that we got previously in a
Those look
lovely
nice.
black and red colour scheme because you can't go wrong. And yeah, I'm quite interested in this one. It's a Decepticon medic, and I'd like anything that's emergency services themed, as those regular viewers of the show will know. And yeah, it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? In this colour, in this.
I
black and
love
red.
him. It reminds me of Seeley Booth's car from Bones. I love it. I need him. I want it now.
I love this
So-
youthful enthusiasm. This is why we get Lena on the show. We're all kind of middle-aged and jaded now, but Lena
very
just
much
comes on
so.
and is just excited about everything.
I am. I love this. Look at it. It's emo. Of course I love it.
I have to say this one was a definite pre-order. I love the look of this, and the head sculpt is fantastic as well. And again, another comic book character that they've done. All right, it's a bit of a repaint and a remold, but I don't mind that for this. It works. It really does work. That black and red paint job is fantastic.
Yes.
And like you said, a Decepticon medic. Awesome.
Yeah,
And beat
the
up
more I
Ratchet.
see it, the more I'm sure I'm getting this one.
I think this is on my list, on my shopping list.
I didn't get Red Alert because I knew I was going to get this instantly.
And that
That's
car
it.
mode is good, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing. I was
that
thinking about
cleans up
getting the Red
nicely.
Alert. Well, I'm definitely, I think I'm waiting for this one now.
I still think there's a place for Red Alert, but if you're not an Armada fan, then yeah, you don't have to get Red Alert now because this is going to be coming out.
Thing is with Armada is I've always preferred the Decepticon designs in Armada and not really been bothered about the Autobot designs.
I get that. I do as well, but I'd also have a space in my heart for the Autobot ones, so that's why I've been still picking them up. But yeah, the Decepticon ones were definitely cooler.
Because I skipped on the Armada Optimus and Hotshot, and I haven't got the Red Alert, but I do have the Megatron and the Starscream. And this would actually look nice with those two on the shelf. So
all I'll
think,
say is I
yeah.
hope we get some repaints of that Armada Optimus Prime because it is one of my favorite Transformers figures of all time. It is immense, and if they did that in black, for example, Lee,
Oh yeah,
then
That's
my
nice.
God, I would buy it again.
I think.
Just fantastic toy.
Well, I hope we get
they've
Cyclonus
also
and
got like
Demolisher as well.
a dark blue colour what they can use, which was at the end of the series when he's like a
Yeah.
power up version. So
Yeah.
there's a possibility of that one.
Yeah, I think we probably will get one somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
Right.
we should
I'm
see.
going to plough on because I've still got more news to get.
More news
Oh.
on our show.
Micronus Prime. It's a long news segment tonight, and I don't apologise for that at all.
Welcome
Just
to
a
my
lot
world.
of cool stuff. Deluxe Micronus Prime. This looks really interesting and wacky.
He is my favourite.
I like it.
He reminds me of Madge from Benidorm. I love it so much. He's got a mobility scooter. He's got
Madge
the mobility
Cronus.
scooter.
Oh,
I love this figure.
I would say it's more of a like motorized unicycle, but we'll
Well,
get to
I'm
that.
calling it mobility scooter just because I see them everywhere.
So basically, it's an interesting design. Micronus himself is a small bot who turns into a kind of a disc thing, and then inserts himself into this exosuit, which then also transforms as well into this. So there you can see Micronus in his little bot mode riding what
got
was his
stabilizers.
exosuit. It does look like stabilizers. I think that's his artifact. And I think it's only on that one side. They're actually suspended above the ground and the wheels in
They
contact.
definitely look like
It does look from that angle like stabilizers. So yeah, a motorized unicycle with stabilizers.
He's
Why not?
reminding me of that video of Warwick Davis on his Swagway when he's going past people in Manchester. I love this figure so much. Oh,
I like the pretender element to it. The fact that he turns into a little data disc and fits inside, and it makes
That's
me
cool.
hope.
And
we
they've
could get
also
some more
gone with
pretenders.
kind of a modular design. So like the arms
Yes.
pull off and the bottom half of the body pulls off, and you can use them to armor up different bots, which is something they've more or less moved on from now, that weaponizer concept, but they've used a bit of it just for this one figure. So I think that's quite interesting. So the bits at the back there, with the exhausts on the back, if you like, are his arms, and they will pull off the side. So if you want to change up the design of the alt mode as well, then you can take bits off and swap them around and do that, which is quite interesting. So it'd be a good one to just muck about with. And then we got some of these planes. So we got Fireflight. Andy, give us your opinion on this Fireflight.
Okay, so I've got Slingshot and Air Raid, which were the first two of these aerial bots that were released. And as we pointed out when we did a little review of it, me and Jamie on the Transformers the show, Airwave has a great bot mode and a not so great plane mode, and then Slingshot has a great plane mode and a not so great bot mode. And they use the Slingshot mold for Fireflight, so they've used that and I'm not a big fan of the robot mode on it. I kind of wish they'd given him his own mold. I get why, it's cost cutting, they're having to save money, but I'm a teensy bit disappointed. Also, I like the Combiner Wars head sculpt for Fireflight, or Firefly as they called him, with the faceplate. So I know it's supposed to be animation kind of accurate, so they're giving him a face, but I'd have liked to have seen the faceplate.
I think it's a reasonable looking bot overall. The lower legs are really chunky.
Yeah. Well, the lower legs on Slingshot are the kind of issue that you tend to have. But the thing is, and let's be completely honest, if you want to complete Superior, you're going to buy them. I know I am. So I can critique them, but I'm still going to give Hasbro my money. So what a waste of time that was, eh?
I don't like this. Here's my money. Yeah, I'm not going to buy this. I'm not doing this set. But if they do a Defensor, I'm in.
I just think the jet mode there as well, it looks really good on Slingshot, and they've changed it slightly for Firefly, and it just doesn't quite suit it as much. But again, that's being really picky as like somebody who grew up with the G1 toys, and yeah, I'm still going to buy. So who am I kidding?
All right, and then we've got Skydive.
Yeah,
I think he's the better looking of the two.
He is, and he's certainly in robot mode, but again, he's based off the air raid that we've already had. So very good robot mode. Jet mode, just don't look underneath it, would be my tip. That's all.
Looks good from the top.
It does. That's how I like to look at those jet mode transformers. Always look from above, and you'll never be unhappy.
All right, and then Deluxe Venin, they're calling this, which is obviously the G1 Venom, the Deluxe Insecticon, but they've lost the rights to the name, so he's Venin. And this is a really weird looking one, isn't it?
For the purposes of this, can we call him Venom? Because the name Venin just sounds weird. Venin.
You can call him what you like.
Well, Bob here.
What's he going to do?
Bob.
I think it looks fantastic for like as a representation of that. What do they call it? Deluxe class Insecticon. That was like so hard for us to get as kids. I think it looks great. So yeah, I'm quite excited about this one.
And he's got a gun and a little what's that other weapon? Axe?
Is it an axe or a
spatula?
Side, I don't know. But apparently you can connect the two together to make a larger weapon.
It's very Lego Ninjago.
Yeah, I could see that.
But he's always been my favourite Deluxe Insecticon anyway. So I'm getting him. I love him. He's so weird.
It reminds me of the sort of thing you used to get in pound shops and transform that.
I think that's the colours more than anything. I like this head. If you look at his head, it is literally just him putting his head right back like that. So you can see
he's going to get really bad head rush.
Yeah, it's got neck cramp.
All right, that's the end of the news. I just wanted to make a note. Those images have been taken from Entertainment News International websites. That's toynewseye.com, marvellousnews.com, and tformers.com. Just in the interest of giving proper references. There you go.
We have got one bit more news here, haven't we?
Go on then.
So there is about an upcoming star, and we just wanted to give some recommendations. If you want to follow this lovely gal, it's Toffee the Hognose.
Oh, for the love of God!
And
where did you get that from?
And apparently she's doing very well on Instagram, and I have my sources handy.
I can bet you do.
And how's her hangover anyway?
Hangover?
Yeah, well, I heard she got legless last night.
Hey! Oh.
Shouldn't this be in the pickup section, really?
Oh, it's not my pickup.
She might make an appearance if we ask nicely.
The context, I should probably explain that this is the hognose snake, which my wife has picked up in the last couple of weeks because she's decided we're going to be snake people. and it's called Toffee. And a week ago, she created an Instagram account for it because obviously a snake needs Instagram, and it's already got more followers on Instagram than I think I have. So there you go.
This is the
People
way.
like snakes. Anyway, yeah, go on then. Go follow Toffee the Hognose if you want to.
Follow Toffee.
If you like snakes.
Toffee.
All right, let's get back to the show.
Back to the
What are we going to do next, Lee? What are we going to do?
I'll get you, my pretty. Right, so usually at this point we would ask our newest guest some questions in 5-point articulation. But if you have been watching the show, you will know that our two lovely guests today have already been on. So there is no point of articulation tonight. But I want to put something to rest. Since episode 3, there has been a bit of a thing between Dave and Andy.
A thing between me and Andy. We weren't going to tell people about that.
I was going to say,
live on
we
air.
said we'd never speak of this on air.
And also they keep arguing about turtles as well.
Oh, that, yeah.
So I thought we'll sort it. So earlier tonight, I've sent you both a card.
Okay.
Have you both got these cards at hand?
Hang on.
Go on.
I have, yeah.
I'm ready.
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah. Go
Great.
on then.
So let's have a game of Dolly Top Trunks.
Dear.
So the rules are simple. We're going to do a best of two. No, best 2 out of 3. Best 2 out of 3. I'm going to spin my Dolly Top Trump wheel, and the best of the subject wins.
And this
That's
is
2 out of 3.
conclusive, is it?
This is conclusive, completely fact checked and everything.
Scientific, this isn't.
Science,
You can't argue with science, boys. You know that.
science, yeah. So,
All right, then. Go on.
are we ready? Let's get
I feel like
this
this is
show
rigged
on.
already, but let's see how we go.
Hold on, let me get the old when it goes the old wheelhouse.
God.
Well, hello. So here we go. I needed to do that. Oh, that's not what's. No what? Yeah, let's spin that wheel.
Oh, this is exciting, isn't it?
Oh, leadership.
Oh.
Leadership,
Oh.
right? So what we got, lads?
Leadership.
Leonardo has 19 for leadership because he's the leader of the
16.
group transformed from the norm by the nuclear goop.
Of course, Leonardo is going to win that category.
Right.
He's
Hooray!
defined
So,
as the leader.
so that's one for Leonardo, is it then? Right then.
Woohoo!
Here we go. There's another wheel. Where's the thing? Spinning the wheel. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
Doesn't get better than me.
Oh, it had to be
Oh.
intelligence.
Oh.
didn't it?
Intelligence. Oh, it's
As
coming
for
out to the wire.
intelligence, here we go. 98.
Oh, 93 for Leonardo.
Ooh, so
I mean,
this
that
is
felt a
it.
bit rigged.
This is it now. The
Neither
final
decided.
round. Are we ready? Are you enjoying this?
We've sort
I'm
of
not
just got
saying-
the defining attributes of each turtle so far.
I'm not saying I'll take it badly if I lose, but I will riot. So I'm just.
Race crit. And here we go. Come on, spin that wheel. Spinning the wheel, spinning the wheel.
The wheel of love. Anyway. Oh,
Oh,
ninja
skills.
skills.
Ninja
Okay, I've got 44.
No way. 43.
Oh!
What?
Oh!
Who created these cards? He uses a stick. How can he have more ninja skills than a man who uses two
Oh, you
katanas?
know Donatello could outfight Leonardo. Come on.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, that's fine. I accept the result of tonight's tonight's competition. I will just point out on the card that you sent me, Lee, it does point out that Splinter's favorite is Leonardo. So I'm just saying I go with Splinter on this one.
Things being slow. Why are you being so slow? So as we have come on.
What's he doing now?
I don't know. The thing's not playing either. So as we know, the winner is Michelangelo because we don't say to go from.
No.
Look, I'm not going to argue with my daughter. She's the one I've got to put to bed. You know what I mean? She's about 11, but I still got to put to bed.
Lino, who's your favourite turtle?
Gosh, don't put me on the spot now. I don't usually like the turtles. My favourite's Shredder. So I'm gonna break it up there and just say Shredder.
Okay, not a turtle though. Is it?
It's to stop the arguments.
Before we reference people, these are the two cards that
Hang on. Seriously though, chat. Donatello has more ninja skills than Leonardo.
Yeah, I will a bit, Andy.
He does.
I think whoever did these cards might have been a bit of a Donny fan.
I mean, there's literally only one category where they've given Leonardo highest. I mean, to say this, the odds were stacked against me, but it's fine. I'm taking it fine. I'm not angry. It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's all right. It's all right. We've decided that Michelangelo's the best because my daughter, you know.
No, I'm going to go with Lena's suggestion, Shredder.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you. It's the correct response.
Right. And the next category between you and me, Andy, will be number of subscribers on YouTube.
Don't say that.
You be on that one. So, yeah, the Transformers the show has made it to 10,000 subscribers now.
Well, do you know what? It's been a bit mad. We've had an incredible kind of few months, and it's just things have just shot up. And people said a long time ago, if you keep working at it, eventually it's like you'll get into the algorithm. And yeah, absolutely mad. But we're very, very thankful and grateful to everybody, especially those people who've been with us from the start, but all the new subscribers and people who've decided to follow and watch. It's very mad and a bit surreal, but it is really, really cool. That's it.
Well, you keep entertaining us on a Friday night, Andy. It's good stuff.
That's it, Dave. The amount of Friday nights in my life that I've given up for doing this ridiculous thing, I feel like I've done something back now, so I'll take the subscribers.
Yeah, you've been consistent, Andy, not like part-timer Paul.
That's it. That's why I'm going bald and he's not. But yes, thank you very much, guys. Yes, we're very, very, very humbled by it, but very, very pleased. And yeah, it's just a bit mad, a bit weird, considering I remember when we had like 10 subscribers. In fact, I remember when we had 1, and that was RJ.
That was RJ, and he won't shut up about it.
And he will tell you. He will tell you every time.
Every time. I was the first to subscribe.
All right, let's move on to the next thing. We're an hour in already, Lee.
I know what's happening tonight. We usually end it by now.
It's all right, we'll just have a really quick discussion at the end. Just like
Yeah. Yeah, have they died? Yeah. Right, next. Pickups. I've got a feeling this might be another long one.
Let's go.
Let's go!
Do you think he suspects anything?
Yes.
Right, who shall we kick off with? Shall we let Andy go first?
We'll let Andy go first.
Do you want to show us your snake, Andy?
You are going to get yourselves cancelled off YouTube at this rate. I know, I don't know. It's not my snake, so it's not mine to show off. Anyway, you've already done that for me. I won't show off the stuff that I showed on Transformers the show on Friday, because people have, I suppose, seen that, and I know that there are people who watch your show and watch that. So I'll show you what I got today that nobody has seen yet. So this is like an exclusive that nobody cares about, that you've got it anyway. So oh no, I'll tell you what I'll show you first. So the lovely Moth of Primetime Toys has very kindly sent me this bad boy to take a look at and do a review on the show. So this is the oversized knockoff of Shattered Glass Jetfire, based on the Hasbro version. And look, I haven't even unboxed it yet. It arrived yesterday, but I haven't had time to unbox it yet. But I'm very excited and interested to have a look at this because you can't go wrong with a black Jetfire.
Yeah.
Them's the rules.
So that's the Siege Jetfire, which is
Yes.
already big.
Yes, and this
And
is
they made
bigger.
it bigger.
Yeah, they're very bigger. And I have seen a couple of early reviews that came out across the pond, and they were very positive. So I'm looking forward to getting this out and have a look at it. And this will be available. I will say, I would be remiss of me not to say this will be available from Primetime Toys if you fancy getting one. And
Do you know the price of it?
I believe now. I don't want to be directly quoted on this, Lee, because I don't think it's gone up on the website yet. It might have done. I haven't checked today, but I think it will be around the £90 mark, which is about what the original Siege Jetfire was. But obviously, the problem is your Shattered Glass version of that mold. They sold out, and now they're like 120, 130, 140. I've seen them go for over £150 sometimes. So, it might be a cheaper way to get yourself one of them, and possibly even better than the original was. So there was that, and then there was Father's Day. And in terms of toys for Father's Day, I'll start with this. I got another Vector Prime for the collection. So this, I think, is not Galaxy Force, but not Japanese Galaxy Force. I think this is they just called it Galaxy Force. Vector Prime. So that means there's only one version of Vector Prime I don't own now, and that's the brown and silver and blue universe version. So I'm very happy because I'm a Vector Prime fan and collector, and now I have almost all of them. And just in case anybody in the chat points out to me that they remolded it into an Alpha Trion, that's Alpha Trion. I don't need that. Plus that's really expensive, so I'm not bothered. And then the last thing was a big thing. I'm going to show it. It was this bad boy. So I love the colors on this. You can't go wrong with a black Triptychon. And this is just immense. And again, today's been, this weekend, but today especially has been, unfortunately, a bit of a busy day. So I haven't even had a chance to unbox anything. This is only here because it was picked up, I believe, from eBay. So it was a second-hand purchase because not easy to find brand new. But yeah, I need to get these things opened. When will I open them? Well,
Andy, can I ask, have you also had the contractors in to quote you on an extension to your house?
Sweet baby Jesus, Dave. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. I'm not even joking. I don't know where all this stuff's going to go. I'm literally sat in this room now and looking around and thinking, even when I get the new shelving and everything up and the new units up, I don't think that's going to be enough room. I may have to either put stuff into storage or I may be selling again because, yeah, I don't like putting stuff into storage. I think it's a bit of a waste of the toy that somebody else might get to enjoy and, to appreciate. But yeah, basically, Dave, I have no room, and now I want to cry because you've brought that up, and it's...
No. Well, I'm in much the same position, really. I've been selling a few bits off on eBay to make space.
I think for a lot of us, not all, but for a lot of us, it's just what you have to do. You just recycle the collection as you go along, and if you sell something you then decide I really liked, you can always pick it up again. So sometimes that's fun as well. But anyway, that's me.
Bloody lovely.
All right, that's Andy. You want to go next?
Hey? I go on then. I suppose I can go next. Why not? Right, let's start. Let's get this out of the way. I went to my local charity shop and I picked up this for £2. So now we can now role play in the bedroom.
Lovely.
Lovely.
When you say we, Lee, are you talking us or?
I mean the royal we.
Oh, right, okay.
This show's not what it was.
It's gone way down. No, I think it might have been the technical gin that
I was going to say, I mentioned testicles at the beginning and I've made this into a sex party. I am so sorry.
A sentence I never thought I would hear. But okay. Father's Day was today, as everyone else knows. So I got some bricks with a lovely message on it. So, thank you, Elliot. And I also got a cable guy with an Optimus Prime one.
Oh, that looks cool.
It's cool. It's the wrong colour, but we'll let her off. And see how it's on the platform. No, I'm really happy with this one. I think it looks great. I've been thinking about getting a cable guy, but I've always wanted a transformer, but I can never find one. And they managed to pull it off, and I think it's one of the best things going. Earlier today, last week, I picked up a lovely Black Knight Optimus Prime because he's not Nemesis. Just wanted to make sure that was clear. Not having a repeat of before, okay? Okay. And let's be honest, this is what Nemesis Prime should have looked like in the last night.
Can I just say
Can't go
that
wrong
that
with a
toy,
Black Prime.
that toy's got the same colour scheme as Lena tonight.
I'm coordinated on Black Prime.
It's suspected. It's contagious. You have to come over and sit on the shelf.
I'll 3D print a mini version of me.
And last but not least, the lovely Andy, which is on our show tonight, did send me over this lovely Shattered Glass Rodimus, which is beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Can't go wrong with a Black Rodimus.
Can't
Be
go wrong.
careful how I say that.
I think I've heard people say that, but in other contexts, Andy.
And so this is a Rodimus Prime, is it? It's just Rodimus.
Yeah, I think it's just Rodimus. It's yeah.
Well, that's not what he's got Black Prime, is it? No, it's a great thing
now.
So if you want a cheap thing, you're on eBay. No, I think it looks brilliant. It looks great on I've got a shelf with black repaint of Autobots, that black repaint of Decepticons, and it looks great on it. Even though technically it's not a Decepticon either because it's Shattered Glass.
Yeah.
But it still looks nice, and
we bend the rules, don't we? We bend the rules and make things fit.
Yeah, we are the rules. And I believe that's my pickups. Oh no! I've got one more thing actually. I'm only just wearing it. I got a t-shirt.
Hey,
That's cool.
And I also got it printed on so I can have it mounted on my wall.
awesome.
It's about time we need an official thing, I think. I've got this one. Why did I take that off the wall? Okay, yeah, that's that, and that is me.
All right. Shall I go next?
You can go next.
Yeah, we can be bookended by the guests. Why not? So,
What a sandwich to be in.
So, it's not like me at all, but I have picked up a few diecast.
Ooh, not like you did.
No,
I don't collect diecast, but I've got a few Matchbox. I didn't have any Matchbox, so I thought I'd try out a few Matchbox. They were 3 for 2 in the local entertainer. So I've got this little white and orange fire engine, which I think looks quite cool. And this, what is this? They say on the bottom, this is a Datsun rally car, which is quite cool. The only thing with the cheapy diecast is you either get the stuff on the side or you get headlights. You don't get both. But they're cool little things anyway. And this is a MBX field car, which says Matchbox on the side of it, and is in the Matchbox branded colour scheme with the orange and the yellow. That's quite a cool little thing. And then I got some Hot Wheels. First of all, this Art Series DeLorean, which is nice. Blue with pink and white highlights and a T on the front. Very cool. And this is a Ford Model A. There you go. And that's quite cool. That's got like weathered effects on it. So it looks a bit old and rusty. And then this is a Hot Wheels Premium. So this is a bit more expensive. This was a £9 one. And that is I have to get the models right. I'm not a car person, really. That's a 1972 Toyota Corolla. There you go. And that's quite nice. It's heavier. You can feel the difference in hand. It's got a metal bottom rather than a plastic bottom, and it's got rubber tires on, and all the details are picked out in paint on the front, like the grille and the headlights and everything. Same on the back, and it's got the surrounds on the windows painted in. And yeah, I'm not sure if it's worth that much more than the others, but it is definitely better. And it's premium, is what it says on the box. So that's nice. That's a few little Hot Wheels and Matchbox stuff. And then, just to be controversial, I actually bought a Transformer for once.
What?
Which isn't like me these days. But I got Solus Prime.
Hooray!
It is really nice. I've seen reviews and stuff and people talking about this online and saying, oh, there's all sorts of problems with it. It's an awful figure. It just falls apart. And then I saw one in Smiths. I thought, you know what, I'm going to get her anyway because I just think it's a cool looking design and I'll live with any problems. And actually, she's really solid. So I think I've just
She's
been
so
lucky.
good.
Yeah.
I've got the same thing. Nothing falls off mine. Nothing's bad on mine. She's just fun.
The only bits I have is the panels that cover up the inner arms. They've popped off a couple of times when I've been doing the transformation. But everything else, the shoulders and the ankles and things that people have said have been really loose and rubbish, it's all been fine. And she just looks amazing. In the bot mode particularly, just the presence that she has up on a shelf on display with her stonking great hammer. She's fantastic. Really happy to get her. So that's it. That's my pickups.
Solus is amazing.
And that just leaves Lena.
Oh, hello, I'm on the big screen. Right, I'm going to start off with something no one's going to give a shit about. I picked up this big honking Bible of a thing. It's the art and making of Arcane. I'm going to be short because I've got a lot of stuff. It's good.
There's the review.
I picked up these two. Not
Ah,
worth 50 quid.
the Sonic 2-pack.
Yeah, they're very flimsy.
Oh.
They look good. I only bought them because I like Sonic. I do want a Knuckles and a Shadow as well. That's why I also bought them. I got these two. He's fantastic. He should be cuter. This figure is awful.
I love these quick reviews.
This is really good. I thoroughly enjoy
Scrapper.
him. I mean, Scrapper's my favourite constructor anyway, so like I love this thing.
I need that.
He's good. This.
You got the 2-pack?
Yes. Yeah, I got it from Pop Culture.
Ah, right. That's the Aussie
Because
one, isn't it?
I'm an impatient arsehole and I hadn't bought anything for like months because I was saving for Japan. And now I have extra money, so I bought them, and he's not as good as Solus Prime, but he's up there with Solus as my favourite figure of the year. I'm done.
There you go. Your video should all be like that from now on.
Yeah.
That's your channel.
Every review.
Forget all like a massive script that I wrote for the Sonic video.
It's shit. That's it.
Don't Do not bother with it. There you go.
That's a car.
That's how top you should have been.
Oh, we're setting new trends tonight, lads.
Oh dear, I'm getting all steamed up.
I was going to say, you keep steaming up,
It's
Dave.
hot in here.
It's because you keep looking at Andy, Dave. That's why.
That's it. I didn't want to say.
Obviously. You're only human, Dave. Don't worry about it. And I'm barely human, so we'll make a good mix.
It's all right, Dave. At least you're wearing pants.
At least
Oh,
what?
we're supposed to wear
Oh,
pants.
anyway, let's move on. Should we do pick a roll?
Yeah.
Let's do pick a roll. So, today on Pick Your Own, because it's Father's Day, we are going to show off something we bought our children or a younger member of our family. Who would like to go first?
I'll go first if we need someone just to kick it off. So it's
Kick
easy
it
once you
off.
get started.
We're gonna kick it off.
I am not
Right.
handy.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking very young.
I'm
You're
gonna.
having malfunction. I could
that's a
not tell you
disappointment.
two apart for a second. It was
Like
like
twins.
looking at brothers.
Like Schwarzenegger and DeVito there. Right. I'm going to show you one toy, but it's a one toy to represent something bigger. So I have 4 children. They've all kind of followed in my footsteps in that they've been collectors of different toy lines at different times and like really gone full on. And I have not discouraged this because as a kid, I remember when I was a kid, my mum and dad didn't have a lot of money. So I didn't get as many toys as a lot of my friends did. So there was lots of stuff I missed out on. And so when with my kids, I'm a bit of one of those parents that's like, right, I'm getting you pretty much everything you want that I can physically get because I don't want them to miss out on things like I had to as a kid. So it all started with my eldest. He's now 26 and still likes Transformers, but he's not a collector or anything anymore. And the line that got him into Transformers, the one that first I managed to snare him and get him buying the Transformers, was Transformers Cybertron, represented here by Menasor from Transformers Cybertron. And yeah, we went all in on buying these things for him. And it's part of the reason why I love this line now, because I have that nostalgia and that link with those times with my son. And he loved Transformers. He was absolutely mad for it. I introduced him to the TF Wiki, and he knew more about Transformers than I did eventually. He just went full on. And I think the Cybertron line was great. I think it was just that right balance of being chunky and solid like G1 bots generally were, but still with some posability and some gimmicks and just fun. Like, I'm not going to because it'll break, but you could chuck these things against a wall and most of them wouldn't break. You might even put a dent in the wall. Again, I'm not going to do that. The wife will kill me. But mostly it's that nostalgia. It's that whole thing that I remember. I have so many memories of collecting these Cybertron bots with him. And in one in particular was Primus. We all know the Primus figure from Transformers Cybertron. So we bought that for him for, I want to say, his birthday. Anyway, so of course, being a G1 Transformers fan who's grown up with them, I don't need to look at instructions to transform a Transformer. So there I was sat there for nigh on 45 minutes with my son trying to figure out how I could get this Primus to transform. Nothing was working. Nothing was making sense. We were both getting exasperated. The wife came and she was having a look at it and she was having similar problems. And then I can't remember if it was her or my son who picked it up, the instructions, but one of them definitely picked them up. And I just heard somebody said, "Have you tried using this thing?" And it was the not the Cyber Planet key, but the actual
Omega Lock.
Omega Lock. Thank you. And of course, that's the thing. If you read the instructions, you need the Omega Lock inserted to be able to get certain parts of it to move to where you want them to move and stay where they should be. So 45 minutes it took before I figured that one out. One of my darkest days as a Transformer. No, it was it's something we laughed about afterwards. Many days afterwards. But yeah, it was just a nice memory, and all of collecting that line was fun. I could have told you about so many different toy lines because they've all been so much into all of them. But yeah, I'll stick with the Transformers theme, and I'll go with Transformers, Cybertron, and those toys. Just great fun and lots of great memories. And that's me done.
Awesome.
That's so nice.
Well, what can I say? I'm a great guy. Follow that, lady.
Oh. Yeah. So, I'm sort of the same boat as you, Andy. I didn't want my little girl to miss out on toy lines that she was into, and obviously, because I'm a big, massive Transformer collector, she sort of, in her early days, fell into that going in the alleyway. You know, my dad likes these robot things. I like these robot things. So one year, I remember picking her up this thing for I think it was Christmas. Yeah, it was Christmas. And big, massive Optimus Prime from the Transformers Rescue Box, and I've got a video of her opening this, and the pure excitement and joy of it. It always brings a smile to my face. Because you don't get that these days, because she's going into her teenagers now, so she's like, okay. As they do. But back then, she's full of joy, and this thing it transforms into like a big ramp.
Nearly had your eye out there.
I was going to say.
Not really safe for kids, is it?
Yeah.
And
medical emergency. Get the instructions, Lee.
Yeah. Hours it took me to figure out how to do this. You press this button down and it launches this little ramp, and what that does, it comes with these two a little bumblebee and a little blur, and they race down, and they look like gravity things. When you flip them, they sort of auto morph. And of course, the big guy himself, it's just a simple G-Watt transformation. But just seeing the joy of when she opened this, it just reminds me every time why we collect and why we continue to collect and why we don't want to stop collecting, because we want to hold on to that simpleness, so then life is a lot easier. And that's that. The rescue, Transformers Rescue Boxes Prime, the big one, which is the Transformers Rescue is a brilliant toy line. I would suggest that to any parents who wants to get their young ones a Transformer. It's a great Transformer line.
Yeah, Rescue
Lovely
Box is
story.
cool. All right, shall we let Lena go?
Shall
Yeah.
I am very clearly a father. I clearly have children. No. I know the thing was, what would I get a younger person? What I bought a younger person. But you were all talking about all happy memories and stuff, and things that brought things to your head. And well, the thing I got from my cousin didn't make him that happy. Let's just say that it was a Last Night Voyager Optimus Prime. That should tell you why. It's from the last night. But for Father's Day this year, I bought my dad a. Do any of you know Corgi, the Dave might with his diecast cars?
well, Dave doesn't collect diecast.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Dave wouldn't know. He doesn't collect diecast.
Don't call it.
Diecast model.
You bought your dad a dog.
My dad a dog?
You said you bought him a corgi.
I thought you said I called my dad a dog.
No, I think you bite.
Starting fights now.
So the car, yeah, the toy car.
Yeah, I bought my dad this DeLorean thing, and we were having an early Father's Day because, as I said before the show began, all my family are now in Fuerteventura for a week before I then fly off to Japan next week. So we had an early Father's Day on Tuesday, and I gave it to me dad, and it came with a little figure of Doc Brown in it, and the look on his face. Because he's only recently just started to buy himself things again after a long time of not having the best time. So his little cars that he's got, which is mainly about 75%, is all Back to the Future cars. That's all there, and most of them are ones that I've bought him. So I'm going to gloat and say that I've made him very happy, and the other two siblings haven't. But just the look on his face when he received something that he clearly had wanted for a while. It was like, oh, I'm like the father now, even though he is my father. But that's the thing. This die-cast, it was smaller than I thought it were going to be, considering it was 35 bloody pound. But
just drop that in there, just in case he's watching.
Yeah. But no, it's just, I thought it was going to be a lot bigger considering the price. But no, he was very, very happy with it, and I was happy with the reaction I got out of it. That was better than actually giving him the gift of seeing his reaction. So that's what I've got for my thing.
Very nice.
I think bloody great.
As a dad, those things mean a lot as well. When your kids give you something like that that you really like, it's Dave.
Okay.
Oh, right. Hold on, I'm just trying to find something here. I thought I can share that website. I wanted to see if this was the one.
It was the one. I saw it for a split second, and that is the one. Yep, that's the one.
Hey.
There we go.
Yeah.
Far smaller than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Okay. Could you zoom in there, Dave? On Doc.
Hold on. See what I can do.
Sorry, I should have sent the photo beforehand. I'm being a pain in the arse.
No. Let's just resize.
No, that'll be...
Let's click on that. See if that does it.
Kind of looks like Doc.
Yeah. Does it?
Yeah, but when you get it in hand, it looks nothing like Doc.
Does it be?
There you go then.
Or does it look like someone just called his dad a dog?
Oh, but
Anyway.
dad jokes. How appropriate.
Right, there we go. I thought I'd just try and find it so we could see an example of what you were talking about.
So I would have gone to get it, but I didn't want to mess up his collection whilst he's away and then have him come back and wonder what the hell has happened.
Because we know, kids. We know if you touch our collection.
Yes, be warned.
That is true.
We have eyes everywhere.
That reminds me earlier today. I'm at work and my wife sends me a video. All my Transformers on the floor. The kittens decided to use my shelves and climbing frames on the fuckers.
Oh.
So you had Nemesis Primes everywhere.
That's why I don't have cats.
I got mad when my dog's tail.
That's why I don't have cats either now. But
I couldn't imagine that, Lee. That.
The snakes like to play with Transformers.
No. They blooming don't.
have you tried?
Not unless they want to become a pair.
Does it transform?
I'll turn it into a belt. So
How haven't you managed to get your wife to name the snake Karada? How haven't you?
Because she wouldn't. Yeah, my wife. She wouldn't accept stuff like that. She anything she thinks might be like my hobby themed or anything like that. Yeah, she's like, yeah. She called it toffee, for the love of God.
She's an independent thinker. That's what it is.
I mean, it's a toffee-bellied hog-nosed snake. It didn't take a lot. Toffee.
She's got her own mind. She doesn't just do what her husband tells her.
She's got her own
Very
mind.
modern
Several
in
of
that.
them. She's watching now.
Imagine.
That's her.
All right. My pick is Shadow from the Sonic 3 movie toy line.
But you can't go wrong with a black egg.
Because you can't go wrong with a black hog. Absolutely.
Oh.
And this is a really, really good quality toy and looks really cool. This is my daughter's. I bought it for her birthday, I think, because she loves Sonic. She loves the game. She loves the movies. And she's got a little collection of Sonic figures going on her bedside cabinet. And yeah, that's just a quality. And I have to say, as well as being a good toy, it is a good collectible display piece for adult collectors to get in on as well. They're really well done and nicely articulated. So you can take photos of these and all that sort of good stuff that adult collectors like to do. And they stand up really well. So yeah, Shadow.
And don't forget, Dave, they are so cheap. They are so
And they
cheap.
are very reasonably priced. Yes, absolutely. I do have a couple of honourable mentions, but I'll give others the opportunity first in case you've got any honourable mentions.
I have an honourable mention.
Go ahead, Bentley.
I told my daughter about what the subject for tonight, and she wanted me to show this off. It's the NECA, isn't it? This?
No, it's Playmates.
Oh, brilliant! It's the Playmates
Original sketch.
original sketch, Michelangelo from Playmates, and she said she wanted me to show this off because she has a collection of Michelangelos. Because she keeps telling me it's the best turtle.
You've got to educate these kids.
Oh, the folly of youth.
and she said she likes it because this it does mean a lot to me. I think this means a lot to her because all the other turtles are sort of like from second-hand shops, charity shops. But this is like the one I bought her. It means something because I've said to her, right, this is what you have to look after because obviously it's a more collectible one. And she liked it is the origin of her favourite character, how he originally looked. And it was sort of funny, the reaction, before I actually told her about all that, the reaction I got off the way I did it, and she went, who the hell's that? That's not Michelangelo. Because it looks nothing like the Michelangelo she knows. And then once I explained it, I think she instantly understood and loved it. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
quality toys, those original sketch turtles. Really good.
quality.
All right. Anyone else got any honourable mentions? No, I'll go then. All right, good. Keeping to the turtle theme then. I've got this little toddler turtle from the Mutant Mayhem toy line. This belongs to my youngest son, who is 7. And yeah, he's got all 4, but Donnie's the favourite.
Is he
My
though,
favourite, his
or are you
favourite.
telling
And
me?
well, I wear glasses.
Donnie
My
is
son
the
wears
favourite.
glasses, and he loves the fact that Donnie's got glasses.
He'll grow out of that.
And yeah, it's just a lovely little toy.
They are cool.
It's got a little bit of articulation, like waist and arms. Very basic, but it looks really cool, and he has so much fun just messing around with it. He takes a little box of toys to bed with him each night and plays for a little while before he goes off to sleep, and then I have to go in and take the box out of the bed. Yeah. Did you say samely?
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, of course.
We're all big kids, really.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a quality little toy. And then if you want a Transformer, from Robots in Disguise 2015, which my eldest daughter grew up watching, and me with her, and as I've said before, was pretty much how I got into collecting as an adult. This is one of their hyperchange or 3-step changes. They call them different things in different territories, and this is Bisque. And a lot of people talk about the warrior class figures in the RID 15 toy line, and they were excellent figures. But the big toys, the chunky toys with just the really basic transformations were also great too. And this Bisque is just like you kind of pull him apart in the middle, twist him round and push him back together. And then he looks like that. And he's so quick. That's the thing. If you've got a small child, they can just do that. It's solid. They're not going to do any harm to it, and they can do that transformation just so quickly. And then he does just have elbow joints.
So what you're saying, David? Does it take 45 minutes to work out you?
Yeah, exactly.
It probably takes about as long as it takes to build a blocky. That's the thing, isn't it?
You can just kind of hard panther it like that.
Those are great toys for kids because they.
Yeah,
that's the thing with G1 toys. I think Guzzy made the point earlier on. Like G1 toys had that perfect mix of enough transformation to make it interesting, but also quick. You didn't have to spend 5 minutes transforming them. Whereas I think with some of the more modern Transformers, it's not always quite as simple. So yeah, little kids love those ones, and they should do. But I don't think Hasbro.
Well, I love that one too.
Well, there you go. Big kids as well, then, Dave. See, everybody's happy.
See,
as
that's
it
what he
should.
puts in his box when he takes it to bed.
There we go. Right, well, that's it. We've picked our own. Good stuff, gents.
Oh yes. Right then. Shall we have got a little something else we have to get done tonight, haven't we? Before we go into the discussion.
Oh yes. Oh,
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Good job, one. Where is it? Where is it?
So the other thing is our competition, isn't it?
It is. Thanks to Primetime Toys, we have got a little blocky to give away. Not this one, this one's mine.
You'll get one that's still in its box and waiting to be built.
Waiting to be built.
Yeah.
Apparently, it'll take about as long as Andy took to transform Primates, according to him. So,
one time, Lee. One time.
That's all it takes, one time, and I will never let that one time go. It's almost like topping the hog nut, isn't it?
You know this means war.
Right, so we have got the wheel now. I'm guessing it's not many people are a fan of blockies. It can't have anything to do with this brand. My voice break.
You went a little high.
Also, it's just Nemesis Prime. Gets me all. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Nemesis Prime.
I certainly won't be doing this to you a lot.
Behave.
Not for
Right,
45
so.
minutes.
Oh, Jesus. I lost my place.
How
Right,
long's
so.
left of your competition, Lee? Is it done?
It's done, yeah. We're going to show the winner now.
We're doing it now.
We're doing it now. Well, I'm trying to. We'll keep interrupting.
Sorry.
It's bad enough. My voice is interrupting me.
All right.
Right, so we spin that wheel. Yeah, so we only got 4 entries on this one. But
that's because most people said last time they've already got one.
Yeah, a lot of people have got this one, I think, but it's still a very good figure.
Yeah. Get on the big screen. Right, shall we spin that wheel? Ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. Spinning that wheel.
Who have we got on the wheel, Lee? I can't see it.
I can't see it while it's spinning as well.
Really hard to see. It's
looks like Lucas. Yeah,
Lucan.
Lucan, you've got a Nemesis Prime.
Oh, look
Lucan's
Lucan.
tease.
Lucan team. Oh,
My Ford buddy.
There you go, Lincoln. You have.
Congratulations, Logan.
We shall let Moth know, and we'll let you know so you can let us know where to send it, and then we'll let Moth know, and you shall be getting a brand new blocky Rise of the Beast Nemesis Prime.
Lovely stuff. There we go. And we don't have anything else to give away at the moment, so. Well,
No. No, we did try telling these two the cost of entry, but they didn't want to know.
People have to pick their own.
Mind you, Andy did say he's thinking about giving away a snake, so you never know that.
I really am. Stick that on a wheel. Anyway.
We'll get into discussions about tonight.
go on then.
Let's do this.
Oh, good. Fancy a cup of tea? Yes, please. Well, make me one while you're at it, will you?
All right. Lena doesn't want to discuss this.
Yeah, of course. Are we missing one? Was it something I said? It's because they didn't win the. Well, you didn't enter.
How did I go? I got my thing kicked me out.
Oh, dear.
That's because you didn't give us the prize to give away for next week's show.
I'm sorry, I'm a poor student.
So collectors, are we a dying breed? Some may hope so.
Now, currently, it's a very personal question, Lee.
We all have to at one point, Andy. We all have to at one point.
Eventually, that's a happy conversation.
So
we all do.
Yeah, so this was something that I wanted to have a little talk around, because you get a lot of talk from time to time, really, of people saying, "Oh, kids don't play with toys anymore, and kids aren't interested in toys, and they just want to play video games or play on tablets all the time." So I wanted to really discuss how true is that, and do we think that ultimately people like us, the toy collectors, are going to be around for that much longer, or is it going to become a thing of the past?
Speaking as a parent and speaking as an educator, I can honestly say if you put toys and or a tablet or Xbox, whatever, in front of the kids, 99 times out of 100 they'll go for the electronic devices ahead of the toys. But if you don't have those things around and you have toys around, kids will play with them. And I think that's part of the problem, is that they're not always getting that chance to. So local schools that I've worked in, they've brought toys back in to for kids to be able to use in class, and kids tend to really, really enjoy them. But it's a very different world. It might sound like a bit of a cop-out, but it is. It's a very different world that young people are growing up in now than what we grew up in, and even you, Lena, I'm sure. It's now completely based around electronic devices and their access to anything they want, really, information and everything. You'd be amazed how many kids nowadays, young kids in primary school, say that when they grow up they want to be YouTubers. Like that's the career that they all think that they're going to get. And it's sad. It's sad in some ways, but it's just the way it is, I suppose. So yes, if you're asking long term, I think there will always be people who collect these things, but I don't think it'll be. I think we're in a bit of a glory time at the moment. We're in a golden age of collecting. There's so much out there from so many toy lines, computer games, films, whatever it is. You will probably be able to find something you can collect from it. From something as simple as Matchbox, Hot Wheels, Corgi cars and things that have been around for so many years, all the way up to you've got action figures and toy lines now from computer games rather than cartoons and everything else. So there'll always be somebody who'll want to get them because they are still very prevalent, I think, out there. You've got your collectible shops, but in the long term, will there still be the kind of market for it that we have? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it'll ever die out, but I don't think it'll be like this in say 40 years' time.
As someone who's like the baby of the group here,
A young'un.
a young'un, if you will. I really see where you're coming from there, Andy. Where it's like, oh, kids are getting on their phones because, like, when I went to my grandparents over Christmas, I have lots of younger cousins, like babyish. They were all on their phones, not just on their phones, but they were on their phones whilst they were watching someone play the game they were playing on the telly, and there was like 4 devices all on at the same time. But then at that same time, there were 2 of my other cousins playing with toys in the other room. So I think not only does it, because I was part of that generational shift, if you will, of growing up with and without technology being really accessible. Because obviously, the first iPhone was a few years after I was born, I think. A few years after I was born. So I grew up not really having anything like that. So I just had stuff like this. And I loved it. It was amazing. And then my brother was in the same thing as me, but my sister was really much... She was given a phone earlier than me, because I got it when I was in high school, only to call. Because obviously when you're walking home and your parents are paranoid. So I never really had the thing of technology is always there. But then there's also that thing of yes, it's good playing a game. You go on, your keyboard stuff on the PC, you're pressing buttons and stuff, and they can make nice sounds. You can go on your PS5, you can go on a Sega Genesis, and you can use all the controls, and it gives you some sort of hand feel. But there's nothing more satisfying than holding something in your hand, getting that tactile feel of just messing with it. And because I'm seeing a lot of people my age and a few years younger getting really into not just toys, obviously. I mean, as they've seen on the news, the Labubu thing, which I think is absolutely bonkers. It reminds me of Moshi Monsters when I was growing up, which I still am growing up, let's be honest. And kids and people like me, like my age and stuff, will always gravitate to marketable characters like Shadow the Hedgehog here. They're always thrown into our faces. You can't really escape them. Heck, even McDonald's have marketable characters. Everything has like a mascot that you can, and then something becomes popular. You can sell toys that people will buy that. And kids, it's getting lesser. I will say, yeah, kids are obviously not buying toys and wanting toys as much because they've got phones now. They want Robux or V-Bucks or virtual currencies in a video game that they can't really feel. But there's nothing, and I've spoken to also my younger cousins about why they, still have toys when technology's there. And it's because of the feel. It's the tactile feel of holding something in your hand. And it's kind of like something you can control as well. Like if you're a kid with autism, ADHD, stuff like that, you kind of like things that can stay constant in your life. You like things set as they are. And as an autistic kid growing up, having these, well, not these, but my Transformers animated toys, was always like something there, and it kept my mind focused. And a lot of kids, I think that's why some kids still get toys. Now, that just sounds like I'm rambling. I'm sorry, I kind of went off on a massive long one then. But that's what I feel anyway.
Yeah, so I feel like this whole conversation around do kids still play with toys? I think essentially they do, but perhaps not for as long as they used to. Like kids grow up a bit sooner, and they perhaps don't have as many toys because they've got access to other things as well. So I would say that's what happened with my kids. Is the older two are much less interested in it now, although my eldest does have a few bits like that Sonic figure and stuff on display. So in terms of if you're talking about collecting stuff, yes, she has a few bits there on a shelf. Will that translate into the sort of collecting on the scale that I do? I don't know. It may just go away. It may be something that she's not bothered about as she goes into adult life at all, or it may become something that those video games and things that she has the nostalgia for, she will want to expand and have more of that. Who knows? But I think there is a trend to kids. Young kids still definitely play with toys. From everything I've seen, all the young kids I have experience of, still definitely want to get hands on and play with physical toys. But then as they grow up, sort of like 9, 10 or something, they're sort of, I mean, earlier than that, they are playing with tablets and phones and things. But I'd say 9, 10 is where they really start to get much more interested in that other stuff and move away from the toys. Some kids altogether, some hold on to a bit of it. That's sort of my impression.
I think you've got the thing that computer games now, like when we were kids growing up, and even when you were little kids now, to a certain point, a certain age, they use their imagination for playing the games. They're running around playing games and using your imagination. The thing is, modern computer games and things like that they all get so obsessed, and they do get obsessed about. I mean, working in primary school classrooms, like the main topic of conversation is almost always one computer game or the other. That they don't need their imagination because they can create worlds in something like, you look at Minecraft, the popularity of that is huge because you can create the world as you want it to be in that. There's almost infinite possibilities. So you are still using your imagination, but you're actually creating it and you can see it and you can interact with it. So I get why kids love playing these games and they almost have to use their imaginations less. But like you said, if you give kids toys, they will play with them. If you said, all the computer games got banned and it all got taken away, all the electronic devices, they weren't allowed them till a certain age, and kids would be playing with the toys again. Of course they would, because you see it, that kids will play with toys if they have the opportunity to. But we do live in a modern world where nowadays it's mostly, here you go, here's a tablet, go watch whatever you want to watch. It's just. Whereas when we were kids, it was more, here's your toys, go play with your toys, and that's what kept us occupied. It's not it seems worse to us because of those of us who are older men. We kind of go, oh, it's terrible what's happening, but it's probably not. It's probably just the natural way things are going. And who knows what the next thing will be? It'll all be, we've seen it with virtual reality headsets. The kids will just be able to go into whatever world they want to go into and interact with it as if it's real. And that's just, our kids have had a VR headset. They got bored with it really quickly though, so got rid of it because they just lost interest. But a lot of their friends love those things. Like that's one of their things they do. They get home, get the VR headset on and play whatever game they're playing. So, I don't know. I think the world is just changing and it always is. And yeah, it feels weird to us because, this is us. This is what we are, isn't it? I look behind you, Dave, Lee. I know we can't necessarily see them at the moment, but you've shown off your toys, and I know you've got your collection all around you. Lena, I can see your collection, and you've got like your Sonic toys there. It's just we like those physical, tactile things around us. It's part of us and kind of how we grew up and everything. I don't know. It's not a bad thing. It's just the way the world is going. But it is a little bit sad that kids you just don't see it the same way. Having said that, go into Smith's and take your kids with you, and you'll be amazed how many of those toys they weren't interested in, they all of a sudden want. It's, it's when they're in that situation and it's in front of them, it's, it becomes a bit more magical for them. So,
do you think in like 30 years' time, there'll be grown-ups going, here's my playlist of all the YouTube videos I used to watch 30 years ago.
When I was growing up, we only had 300 YouTubers that we could really watch. Now, God knows.
I remember Transformers the Show episode 277 when Andy said...
I think people growing up with the YouTuber things would be like you guys growing up and having all your people that you watched on telly being all disgraced like sex offenders. That's what it's like for me now. I'm growing up to that point. Everyone I used to watch is now doing that. So
Not all of them, Lena, because Roland Rat's still okay at the moment. I can live with that as long as Roland Rat's all right.
I heard Sotty's still alright, but
Well,
he's a bit hands-on, isn't
there's some stuff going on there, I think.
Hey, Elmo's all right as well so far. I hope nothing happens to him.
Oh, you know Elmo's going to be in trouble soon. Oh, dear me.
About this deep in it. It's like you just say. I think what we're reaching now, we reach a point, a change of point in time, aren't we? Because at the end of the day, I look back at my dad, and he doesn't get all this what I do, because he didn't do that when he was my age. So it's different. So what we're looking at with kids is what our parents are looking at with us. And I mean, I'd like to, as to play with toys, the kids will probably choose electronic over a toy. But as you all said tonight, they do have the option, like my little girl back at TFUK Con. At the end of the night, when we were all chilling out and drinking, you had her sat in the corner just playing with these Transformers, flicking them back and forward, these same three Transformers. Spent all weekend, she's an expert on them Pacific Free Transformers now, because she can just do it without looking at it. And as for collecting, she does still collect. She like Funko Pops. She'll get a physical representation of characters she likes. Like Pokemon, she's a big Eevee fan, so she has all the Eevee evolutions, and Michelangelo. She grew up watching but she found the 2013 Turtles, and she loves that show. She's watched that about 10 times now, from start to finish, and she's ended up with a Michelangelo collection because of that show. So, will she pick up and play with them? Like, with her, like, oh, I'll get you, and no, but will she put them on a shelf and try and make it look nice? Yeah. But also, I think that might be like due to like my habit. She's picked that up from me, and I guess it might be the same with you, Andy and Dave, with your kids. They might have picked up them habits.
Yeah. I think my kids definitely have. Like I said, Liam went through a period where he was a real collector. Kobe's the one who probably hasn't, but he got into computer games because his older brother Liam was playing them. So he kind of skipped a step in it almost. Became fascinated with it, and being autistic, he focused so much on that. So like computer games are his thing. And then Lucas, again autistic, and he's focused on wrestlers and wrestling. That was always his big thing. He's had hundreds of wrestling figures over the years. And even who mentioned Labubu? Is that what it's called? Labubu? Yeah. So my daughter just recently has started going on about that, and my wife bought her a couple of things, and I'm just looking at them going, what is this?
That's what I'm doing as well.
It's like I don't know anything about it. I will totally hold my hands up. Like I'm sure there's like a proper, but even then, like the kids, her and her friends, a lot of the stuff they kind of collect is about like blind boxes and all that.
Yeah,
and blind bags.
That's
huge. Kids love them, and they love collecting them, and my kids do. But then, like, they just go on a. I'm just thinking about this. I'm about to criticize them for me buying all this. You just put it on a shelf. Anyway, that's not the point. I just think with like kids, I always try to encourage my kids, and always have to play with them. Play with your toys. You're at that age where you can enjoy it and play with it, and like nobody in society would look down because you're kids. Enjoy it, but also don't feel like you have to stop, because why should you? Daddy hasn't stopped. All right, I did for a time, but I got back into it. So I'd rather my kids they did whatever they want to do that makes them happy and doesn't hurt anybody else. And if that's still collecting toys when they're getting older, great. And if they grow out of it, I can't really have a go at them, because I did for a time when I was growing up. So, yeah. Will they be collectors? I think there's been collectors for long before there was Transformers and everything we collect, and there'll be collectors afterwards. it's just the way of the world.
Yeah.
People like to have.
I think it's a
physical
certain
representation.
personality, isn't it, that
Yeah.
is attracted to some sort of shiny things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's mentioned in the chat there, Skibbity Toilet. My God, that is. Oh,
I cannot believe that
is-
Michael Bay is making a Skibbity Toilet film.
Oh, that's like the
Can
combination of
you
the
not
worst things
really?
in history. It's like,
I mean, he did make Skids and Mudflaps, so there is that.
is this a sign of the apocalypse? I think it
Is
could
he
be.
going to put Mark Wahlberg in it as well?
Of course
Donald
it will.
Trump being president isn't the sign of the apocalypse. It's Michael Bay making Skibbity Toilet.
Oh dear. But yeah, I think
yeah.
I think there will be collectors, but will it be on the
Well,
scale
we've
see?
consigned things to history before and been wrong. Like
Yeah.
a few years ago, I would have thought vinyl was done and gone, and now it's become really popular again.
Well, tapes be
I
next.
went to a what's it called, a gig today. Well, a signing really, and all that was there were vinyls. Everyone my age and younger, little kids as well, had vinyls there. It was so good to see. Vinyls, I don't think will ever die because people just love having physical media.
Yeah. You want to own the things that you love, don't you? Like when you go to if you go and see a concert, a band, or at least certainly I did in my younger years, I always bought a T-shirt. Why?
Oh, so did I. I'm wearing one that I bought today.
Yeah, because I wanted something that represented being there, and that's what it meant to me. And then I had that physical, and that's what these are. It's physical representation of something you really enjoyed in your life, and I think that's a good thing, really good thing. But yeah. Getting slightly off track of will there be collectors, but it is why we collect, isn't it? We want that physical connection to the things that we love.
I mean, you've spoken about the popularity of Minecraft. There's every possibility in the future some hip bloke is out for a nightclubbing, picks up a woman, brings her home and goes, "Look at my Steve's collection." Adore it.
That'll be me
My
in it.
Steve's. Oh, lava chicken. Is that what it's called again?
Yeah, Steve's lava chicken.
La 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 lava.
Lava.
Chicken.
It's
Steve's
delicious.
It's amazing how much the
What
kids
woman
love
would
that
be
as
able
well.
to resist a shelf
Yeah.
of Steve's? God.
I hope some women can resist this one, Steve. I don't want the women knocking on my door. Give me the men, not the women.
Come see my 12-inch Steve.
They may think something else though.
Anyway.
But when I went to see the Minecraft movie, I went to see it twice, stupidly. I went on my birthday, and there were kids there holding like the Minecraft figures whilst watching the film.
Yeah.
It was great to see, because toys are still going to be there. Obviously, when you see a film, you want to buy a thing of that. It's just something in your brain, something in our little pea brains that tells us we must buy that thing that is in front of us.
Yeah, there's going to be some sort of nostalgia for something.
Always is.
And,
I bet where there are kids
and
that
Cosmic
took it off
Toy
his
Man Gareth and people like him will still be there in their shops taking advantage
will.
of it.
I love going Manic Miners in Warrington, like so many times, and there's always kids there. I'm shocked at how there's more kids there than adults going. I would have thought there'd be more adults, but no, it was shocking.
I've now got a mental image of Cosmic Toy Man looking like the old guy from the shop at the start of Gremlins. The wispy beard selling toys to the kids.
That's exactly what he looks like. You've seen it.
Yeah, exactly. It's spooky.
I wonder where I saw him before.
Anyway.
So I think that's wrapped up the conversation very nicely. Insulting Gav.
He's a lovely man.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was a fun little discussion. And we're at
was.
10:05 now. We've
I
gone
am
quite
shattered.
long. Quite long.
This is 6 minutes past my bedtime. Look what you've done to me.
Right, we're keeping
Yeah.
the young ones up too lately. We best get off
I
now.
know. How do you think we feel?
Oh dear.
Right. Well, let's say goodbye to everybody then. Andy, do you want to shout anything out whilst you're here?
What, rude, or you mean?
Do you wanna-
like-
do you wanna
oh, sorry, you mean like promotion,
your
right?
show
So,
or-
yeah. Right. Well, yeah, Transformers the show. If anybody hasn't heard of it, we have our YouTube channel. We broadcast live every Friday night at 8 p.m. British Standard Time. I always get told off for saying GMT. It's not GMT, but 8 o'clock every Friday night. And you can catch up afterwards. And it's a couple of hours of us talking about Transformers, latest news, everything that's happening in the world of Transformers, but while having a beer and having a bit of a laugh about it. And we have a Facebook group, Transformers the Show. Please come and join us there if you haven't already, where again we share news and chat, and everybody in the community thankfully also contributes to that. We have Transformers the Show on Twitter and Instagram, which is TF the Show on Twitter, and just Transformers the Show, I think, on Instagram. I always forget. And there's probably something I've also forgotten as well.
Don't forget the Blue Sky, Andy. Don't forget the Blue Sky.
Yes, Blue Sky. There, thank you. Yes, we're on Blue Sky. I'm on Blue Sky. If you look for Andy TF the Show or Crankcase79 or Transformers the Show, you'll find our accounts. And again, come follow us, share your wonderful things. And yeah, we're always interested. We're always interested in toy lines. And I think that's everything I can think of to try and flog. Is there anything else? Oh, we'll be at TFN for anybody who's going to TF Nation this year as well. We'll all be there, so come say hi.
Excellent, good stuff. Lena, do you want to tell us about your socials?
I will just say, go to my YouTube channel, which is underneath my name. It's underneath my name. Just search that. And
Jinx.
check out my books. They are in the description. Please check out my books. I feel like an elderly person screaming into the wind when I say check out my books, but please check out my books. I've worked very hard on them. That's all I have to say.
Awesome. Right, I will just say you can find me on Blue Sky and Instagram as Toy Slice, also here on YouTube, though I haven't posted a video for a little while, but I will get around to it eventually. And yeah, I like to take photos at the moment, so they're on Instagram and Blue Sky, so find me there. And thank you, people in the chat, for joining us. Lee, do you want to pimp anything?
Yeah, you can find me at Here's Lily on YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky. Yeah, mainly to Transformers, occasionally other toys. And don't forget to follow Something the Hog.
Oh, that thing's going to have more followers than we are soon. Unbelievable.
What you mean going to? He does have more followers than what I have.
Oh!
Love you, Hog.
So many jokes, but I won't.
You do know next time you come on it, I'm going to have Something the Hog t-shirt on.
It don't bother me. You have to live with it. It's up to you.
And then I'll send it to you. That's going to be something TF Nation will get everyone to Something the Hog t-shirts.
T-shirts.
Transformers the show, and on the back, sponsored by Toffee. Or vice versa.
Awesome. So Lee, can we put the links to Andy and Jinxed channels, or Transformers the Show and Jinxed channels, in the description?
I shall do that.
Because he said he's having trouble finding Jinxed.
I know I shall do that right after the show. No problem.
And then people can come back and look for them if they're interested.
Yeah, you have to watch all the way through the show just to clarify that I've done it or not.
That's the way to do it.
Absolutely. Right then. So, good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.